Well, that's one of the tricks of the trade, in that you wear glasses without glasses, and that way you won't have any glare. You see what I mean? When you're a one-man operation, you have to think of a lot of different ways in doing things. For example, I don't have a sidekick, so I become my own sidekick. I become Dak McMahon. So what I do is I depend upon Dak McMahon to ask the questions which introduce me to the subject, right? Ah, there you are. Dak McMahon here. And yes, we do have a question from a viewer. How do you define a minimalist? I think that's a very good question. How do you define a minimalist? I agree. That's a very, very good question. Well, I define a minimalist as one who lives one's life based upon satisfying one's own desires and one's own needs and not depending upon the opinion and views of others. For example, we live in a society where everybody is judged based upon money. Money is the common denominator. So a lot of us, well, some people anyway, envy and jealousy will almost always be in their lives, and they will almost always get things based upon what other people suggest they should have. A minimalist understand clearly that they are the ones who set the standards for what they want and their needs and their desires. No one else. They dress to please themselves. They do the things to please themselves, quite often not in keeping with the standards of the community. For example, a person may choose to give up a six-figure job to live in a way that they can enjoy their life. In other words, they want to be a photographer. He doesn't make a lot of money, but it is something that they enjoy doing. So the minimalist will design his life around his happiness, what he finds to be fun, what his desires are, what his needs are, what his wants are. You see what I mean? That's a minimalist. Quite often, he will understand that he can only occupy 6 square feet of space at any given time, and he doesn't have a mansion. He has a one-room, one-bedroom cottage because that's all he needs. He doesn't need the ownership of anything. He devotes his time rather than managing things. He devotes his time in being creative. So that is my definition of a minimalist. So, there you have it. Next question.